Isha, ma'am. Isha, ma'am. Isha, ma'am, wake up. I opened my eyes to see Sheila standing over me. What is it, Sheila? Why are you disturbing me so early? I grumbled, pulling the sheets over my head. Isha, ma'am, you must wake up. There is a telephone call for you from Canada. Call from Canada, I cried, thrusting the sheets off me. Why didn't you tell me sooner? I tried, ma'am. I quickly jumped out of bed, threw on my slippers, and ran downstairs. Sheila followed closely behind. Jazz was holding the receiver when I entered the living room. I quickly grabbed it. I was hopeful that my mother had found a solution for me. Mom, I shouted in the phone. No, silly, it's us, screamed three very different but excited and familiar female voices. Oh shit, is it really who I think it is? Isha, have you already forgotten your girls? Came Carrie's sweet voice. Carrie, how can I forget you? I replied. Hey, what about me? Reed cried out. You, excuse me? What about me? Cried the loudest of them all, which was, of course, Mandy. Wait, chill out, you three. Of course, I haven't forgotten any of you. I totally miss you. You have no idea what. I cut off, realizing that Jazz and Sheila were still in the room with me. Hey, hang on a second, I told the three girls and turned to Jazz and Sheila. Jazz, do you think you could make me some tea? Oh dear, of course. You have had nothing to eat. I will prepare breakfast. Sheila? Yes, ma'am, coming, Sheila said, following Jazz into the kitchen. Now I was alone. Isha, you still there? Asked Reed. Yeah, sorry about that. I just wanted to make sure we were alone. So how's it going over there? Asked Mandy. Yeah, tell us everything. How are the people? What's it like? Do anything cool yet? All three started shooting out endless questions. Nothing's gone the way I had planned, I said, bringing their questions to a halt. What do you mean? Asked Carrie. Well, I thought I'd land here, go to Kiratpur, maybe take a trip to the Golden Temple, like Mom and Dad said. Like Mom said Dad would have wanted, then hop back on the plane and come home. So what's the holdup? Asked Mandy. A bunch of stuff. Firstly, Ekant, the so-called brother. Oh yeah, what's he like? Mandy, he's horrible. He's stubborn, rude, and obnoxious. No, wait, I know he hates me. So just to pause here briefly, Isha believes that Ekant is stubborn, rude, and obnoxious. But if we really think about it, these are all traits that could easily describe Isha. So both her and Ekant are quite similar in a lot of respects, and quite possibly this is why they're having this personality clash. Well, a part of the reason why they have this personality clash because they are so similar. Anyways, moving on. Serious? No way. I don't know what his problem is. First, he was like MIA. I didn't even see him. Then he finally shows up, and when I brought up traveling to Kirpur, he shut me down saying it wasn't safe and shit. Safe? Why not? What happened? Carrie asked, clearly worried. Some political stuff is going on in Punjab. There was an attack on the Golden Temple. I don't really understand it all. The reports were pretty messed up. There was a woman here whose son was arrested for no reason, apparently. He was just picked up off the street and beaten by the police. You know, people here have been very vocal about that stuff, Reed said. It was all over the news back in June. All the Sikhs were in an uproar over the attack. But that was like more than 2 months ago, so why are you still stuck there? Because Ekant says that it's still unsafe, I answered with a loud sigh. What does the news say there? Asked Mandy. For a while there were lots of reports, but for the past week it's been calm. There's no mention of agitation or arrests, nothing. So what's his problem then? She demanded. I don't know. He got so mad when we brought it up with him yesterday. He was acting all tough and yelled that he'll decide when we go, and that no one is to bring up the subject until he does. And what's worse is that he had the nerve to suggest that my sister and I don't care about our father. No way, they all exclaimed together. Yeah, can you believe it? So he's not a fan of yours. That's pretty much clear, Mandy concluded. Well, who cares anyway what he says or thinks? After you leave that place, you'll never see him again. I can't wait for that day, I added. Ah, but they're your family, Isha, Carrie said. Oh, stop it, Carrie. He hates her and he's being unnecessarily difficult, Mandy retorted. Well, maybe it's dangerous, pleaded Carrie. Maybe he does care for Isha and he just doesn't know how to express it. Okay, well, forget him, Isha. Do you really need to travel to Kiratpur? I guess I mean, Mandy, how else would I get there? Do you really need him to travel to Kiratpur? I guess I mean, Mandy, how else would I get there? How far is it? I don't know, a few hours, I answered. Well, India's got trains and buses, doesn't it? Mandy's voice had a familiar tone in it. It was a calculating tone, one that she only used when she was planning something. I guess so. I mean, yeah, of course. Not that I've been out much. I barely step foot out the house. All the neighbors start staring at me. Plus, I don't really have much interest. Gosh, I'm so bored here. Well, Isha, you should at least try to find something to do around there. I mean, it is Delhi. There's got to be something, said Reed. Yeah, I agree, said Carrie. I read, I train a little. That's about it. I've got some books and they carry some magazines over here too. But I really miss the music. What's going on over there? Anything new come out? There's a new track called Just Do It, hitting the airwaves. They're a group from England. All the parents are really pissed about it, Carrie explained. How come? I asked. Because it's about sex, of course, she answered. Aren't they all though? What's so new about this song? Conservatives just need something to complain about, Reed added. Okay, all of you quiet, Mandy demanded. I have an idea. What kind of idea? I asked wearily. Mandy's ideas had been known to get us into trouble in the past. We had long ago learned to proceed with caution anytime she devised a new plan. So right here, this is a huge red flag. This is huge foreshadowing. Her saying that Mandy's plans in the past have gotten them into trouble. Look, Isha, you're a grown person and you're smart and you're independent. I know you love your father very much, despite the crap you've been through in the past year. We all know you'd do anything for him. That's why you're burning in that heat right now. So three things are needed. You, your dad's ashes, and Kiripur. And a way to get there, smartass, I pointed out. Public transportation, Mandy yelled. Hello, it's like the most obvious thing. Check the routes for the trains and the buses. Is there anyone there that you can trust to make the arrangements? Wait, Mandy, this is crazy, Carrie said. Isha, you can't risk it. Yeah, I don't know how good I'd feel with you taking Indian public transportation all by yourself, added Reed. Yeah, Mandy, I'm not sure I can do that. And besides, no one in this house will let me, I said, lowering my voice in case anyone was within hearing distance. So don't tell them, Mandy answered. Are you suggesting that she run away? Carrie asked. I could picture the shock on her face. Technically, no, Mandy. Carrie's tone was unusually firm. Oh, stop being such a goody-goody, Mandy snapped. Do you have a better idea? Isha, listen to me. It's not that big a deal. You're in Delhi, for crying out loud. That's the capital of India. There's got to be a way to travel. My advice is that you find it and you finish what you went there to do. So, is there someone you can trust? Oh, well, it can't be Jazz because yesterday Ekant made her swear she wouldn't get involved. He made her swear? Reed asked. Yeah, on their kid. I told you, the guy's intense. Is there anyone else? Mandy persisted. I have a personal servant, Sheila. Wow, a servant, they all said mockingly. Shut up. Shut up, she could do it. But no, wait, she's always so scared of everyone. Of course, there's Sumi, but would she do it? Who is Sumi? Mandy asked. She lives in the neighborhood. Her name is Sumida. She comes over every day and just hangs around. She's our age, seems pretty cool, but I don't know. What if she freaks out and exposes me? Well, she must like you if she takes the effort to hang out. Sorry, if she makes the effort to hang out every day. I think you should ask her. I don't know, Mandy. No, just listen to me. Just try asking her. You got two options. Either melt away in that heat while you wait for this ecant to grow a backbone, or run off and do what you have to do so you can come back home to us. Sounds tempting, I said. No, Isha, Carrie pleaded. Stay and wait. How long is she supposed to wait? Mandy demanded. I don't know, but doing it alone isn't the way, Carrie replied. Yeah, I think Carrie's right, Reed added. Isha, what do you think? Mandy asked. Um, I'm not sure. I mean, traveling on my own and all. Isha, babe, just think about it, Mandy pleaded. Okay, I'll think about it, I said. Mandy was very persistent, and I knew she wouldn't take no for an answer. Isha, no. Carrie and Reed screamed together. Girls, I'm going to think about it. I'm not running off on my own right now. Come on, let's talk about something else. How is everyone? How is Johnny? I asked, changing the subject. He's all right, Mandy replied. What about Skanky Rachel? You mean, are they? Don't worry, everything's cool. Since that night, Johnny caught her with someone else, Mandy answered. Actually, he kept catching her with someone else each week, laughed Reed. Well, we didn't name her Skanky Rachel for nothing, Reed added as she laughed along with Carrie. Well, we didn't name her Skanky Rachel for nothing, Reed added as she laughed along with Carrie. That's for sure. But Isha, Johnny really regrets what happened at that party. He also said for us to tell you he's sorry and he misses you, Mandy said more seriously. I'm sure he does. I mean, who wouldn't miss me, right? I said jokingly. Absolutely, Mandy replied. It's a shame, though. He's so hot. Jazz and Sheila had returned to the room and were staring at me curiously. Okay, girls, it was so amazing to hear your voices. Are you trying to hang up on us? Asked Mandy. Sorry, guys, I should go now. Oh, cried Carrie. You should take care of yourself, Reed said with a hint of caution. You too, Reed. Bye, Carrie. Isha, think about what I said. No, Mandy, yelled Carrie. Stop it, Carrie. Isha, just think about it. Yes, Mandy, I said. I would and I will. Now, all of you take care and hopefully I'll see you all very soon. Love you. Bye. Love you, Isha. Bye, Isha. Bye, I said, sadly putting down the receiver. I really did miss those girls. Isha, breakfast is ready, Jazz said, sitting down at the dining table. But I was in no mood to eat anymore. Hearing my friends' voices had brought back all the gloominess. I was homesick now, more than ever. Sorry, Jazz, but I've lost my appetite, I said softly as I passed the table and headed back up the stairs. I crawled into bed and hid under the sheets, hoping with all my heart that when I opened my eyes again, I would be back home where I belonged.